Good afternoon. Let me just make sure that I am live. And it looks like we are good to go. Good afternoon, Carol Buckalew with Inky Stampers. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I have a super easy card for you today. Really, this card is all about the paper. I don't know if you can, you can see all the shine there on the paper. My video is blipping. Hopefully it will stop. Hey, Faith, thank you so much for joining. I just said my video is blipping in and out a little bit, so hopefully the video will be okay. I hate when it does that. But this is the Snowflake Magic 12 by 12 Designer Series paper that I used on this card. And really, it's just a very simple standard card. The paper is doing all of the work here. But I just love the foil accents on this paper. Hey, Rosie, thanks so much for joining. I appreciate it. So let me just share with you. So this is the Snowflake Magic paper, and you get 2 sheets of each design. So there are a total of 6 sheets in the pack. It is 12 by 12, and this is Lost Lagoon. And then we have a sheet with just white and silver foil, and you can see the shine on that, just beautiful. And then we've got one with Lost Lagoon foil and then the white snowflakes. So just gorgeous. I couldn't wait to use this paper, and it went out of stock. I believe, I did not check right before I went on, but I believe it came back in stock. So if you'd like to grab some, get it while it's available, because this stuff has been selling out. Our Christmas papers have been selling out like crazy. And the Autumn Leaves 6 by 6 paper as well has been selling out. It just came back in stock, I think, yesterday, and then it went back out after about 5 hours. So that's crazy. Hey, Karen, thank you so much for joining. For this card, I also used the Christmas Classics bundle. This has become, I've got several already, but this has become one of my favorite Christmas sets. You know, I just love the sentiments. I love, you know, stamping the pine boughs. Hey, Sharon, thanks so much for joining. And then I did use on my card today, I used this holly leaf as well as a couple of the sentiments. And then my ever trustworthy stylish shapes dies. I use these dies all the time, but in particular for this card, I used the 2 largest banner dies and then the smallest banner die on this particular card. And then some Lost Lagoon bordered ribbon, and this ribbon is really nice to work with. It's very pliable. All right, so let's get started. We're going to do a little bit of stamping here. And you're going to notice here, this is my sentiment label, and I have chopped off the left side. When we start to put the card together, I'll explain a little bit more of what I did there. But it is indeed chopped off on the left. So my card is following a sketch challenge that we have for tomorrow's Happy Inkin' Thursday blog hop. And I needed some, I didn't need banners per se, but that's what I went with for the design of my card. And I am inking up here with Pretty Peacock ink. It's kind of become one of my new faves. And I'm just going to stamp this to the right. And these are photopolymer stamps, so very easy to stamp, and you know, you can see through the stamp, so it's all good there. All right, and then I've got my inside panel, and I am going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment first, season's greetings. So the outside sentiment says to you and yours, and then the inside will say season's greetings. And again, Pretty Peacock ink. I've only used, you know, pretty much the Pretty Peacock and the Lost Lagoon on this card. And that looks about good there. Yeah, the dies certainly make it easy. That is crooked. Let me try one more time. My eyes obviously are crooked, but let me give that another whirl because I did not get that as straight as I would like. It's hard because I really can't get close enough to my cardstock without getting my head in the camera. And that looks about this. That's a little better, actually. We'll take that one. And then I've got the holly leaf image from the Christmas Classic stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp this on either side here of my sentiment at the top on my inside panel. Straight is it? Yes, it is supposed to be straight, Sharon. But, you know, sometimes, it is what it is, right? And just stamp that one more time there in that upper corner. And I'm also going to stamp the holly here in the corner of my envelope, all in Pretty Peacock. I think this is one of my favorite colors. I'm so glad that they brought it back. I wasn't actually with Stampin' Up! When this color was in. But I'm very happy that they decided to bring it back because it's just gorgeous. I've got a Lost Lagoon dark shade of Lost Lagoon Stampin' Blend, and I'm just going to give a quick color here to the holly leaves. If you haven't used Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon as your greens on your Christmas cards, they make beautiful Christmas greens. They make beautiful pine trees. So just keep that in mind. There's some great colors to use, you know, for your holiday cards. So how is everybody doing today? We are having, I'll tell you what, we are having some gorgeous weather here. It's been rather nippy. My husband and I went to Cape May, New Jersey for a long weekend. We got back Monday, and gosh, it got down in the 40s. It was freezing. And then the highs on, I guess, Sunday. Yeah, it was just, you know, it did hit 60, but boy, did it get chilly. It really cooled off. We were supposed to get rain, and I think on Saturday, we ended up only getting 5 minutes of rain. So we really lucked out with that. Couldn't ask for nicer weather, really. You saved your Pretty Peacock paper, ink, and Stampin' Right markers. Very smart. Oh, thanks very much, Rosie. I appreciate that. Yeah, I have started doing that, Sharon. When colors get retired, I learned very quickly that they bring these colors back, which I didn't realize at first, you know, when I first became a demonstrator. So now I do the same. I save all my, you know, all my colors. And they are safely packed away in a box in case Stampin' Up! Decides to reintroduce that color again. I will have my supplies ready to go. Oh, Rosie, is that your first winter storm warning in your neck of the woods? Oh my goodness. Well, it is that time of year. But that's crazy. But you live way up there in the Northwest, so it doesn't surprise me that you're under a winter storm warning. I have been hearing murmurings that the East Coast is going to have an interesting winter. It looks like we are in possibly for some snow this year. So that's great, you know. last year, I don't even know if we had measurable snow last year, to be honest with you. We had very, very little. Yeah, South Dakota, I know. It's par for the course there. What are your temperatures like today, Rosie? Are you cold or... I'm not explaining what I'm doing here, but if you've not seen this trick before, I have a piece of just white cardstock, a scrap, and I save it. I keep it by my stamp pads, and I use this to slip inside of envelopes so that the markers won't bleed through the envelope to the other side. I tend to have a heavy hand when I'm coloring. I can, especially if I'm tense or something. I try not to be tense, but you know, it happens. And yeah, that saves my pretty envelopes from getting ruined by having the markers bleed through. And you can see a lot of different colors on that scrap piece of cardstock, but it saves the envelope, so it does its job. And I just keep reusing the same piece over and over, so I don't feel like it's being wasteful or anything. 55 right now with rain, sleet, snow coming in this afternoon. So you're expecting a big temperature drop. Yikes. Well, hopefully you've got supplies in and you're all ready to go and just stay comfy, cozy in the house. Although I think you and your husband go for walks and whatnot, so I guess that messes up the walks, huh? You won't be able to get your walk in. Great reading or craft weather. I agree, Sharon. It is. That is good. I love to curl up with a book when it's snowing. I don't know why. I just do. A cup of hot cocoa or a cup of tea, and that's good stuff. Okay, so again, just a very simple card. I think will be done very early today. I'm going to go ahead and get my inside greeting glued up. Walk on the treadmill. Yep. When you can't go outside, the treadmill is the next best option. Actually, it's the only other option, I think, right? Unless you just and I just dropped my glue cap, and I probably won't be able to reach it. And I'm just trying to make sure that I've got an equal reveal here around my panel. And that looks good to me. And we'll go ahead and get this on the inside of the card. And yeah, won't take too long to get this bad boy put together. And again, when I'm putting this on the inside of the card, again, I'm looking for that equal reveal. And I need to, and this is why I like glue. I can get it to move around for me where I need it to go before it decides to grip hard. So that is the inside. And then we've got our panel of the Snowflake Magic paper. And I'm going to mat that up as well. Oh, you're baking cookies, Rosie? Then bread and peanut butter. Peanut butter cookies, or you're making peanut butter? I'm curious. The cookie part sounds delicious, and the bread part. Okay. There we go. Hi, Amy. You're not late. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. I have a very quick and simple card today using the Snowflake Magic paper. This paper pretty much makes the card all by itself. It's so pretty. And give it a little wiggle here and make sure I've got looks like my panel might have been just a smidgen short, but we can make this work. There we go. Okay. Oh, you know what I just did? I see, I get to talking. Oh my goodness. Well, we're going to save it. It might be a little messy, but we're going to save it. I forgot to wrap my ribbon around. I always manage to have one boo-boo along the way. Good grief. It's okay. We're going to make this work. All right. I need my ribbon here. So this is the Lost Lagoon bordered ribbon. Yeah. Don't say yeah yet. It's not completely fixed yet. I'm going to use a little bit of Stampin' Seal. And let me think about this. Yeah, well, I'm going to have to make a few adjustments, but that's okay. I'm going to put a little bit of Stampin' Seal here on the edge. And I'm going to attach my ribbon here. I'm going to have to make some adjustments since I made that boo-boo, but hopefully it will work out okay. I think we'll be all right. Just cut that off a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here and try to get it straight. Okay, all right. Let me glue this back down before I make any other big blunders. It happens to you all the time. Thank you, Karen. Yeah. See, that's what happens when I get to talking. It's rather difficult to talk and craft at the same time. Obviously for me, not for everybody, just for me. But anyway, so let's try this again. Now see, I'm going to mess this up. Let's turn it around the right way. So this is actually not how you're going to put the card together. Follow the directions I provide on my blog, not what I'm doing here, because this is a little bit out of sequence. Let me see here. Okay, we got it back down. Phew, okay. Alrighty then. Phew. So you're reading the Inheritance series. I'll have to look that up, Rosie. Volume 2 next. And I missed, what kind of cookies are you making, did you say? Oh, you didn't say what kind of cookies yet. Okay. All right. Now my mat is a little sticky. Okay, so what I've done is I have pre-cut some banners from this using the Stylish Shapes dies. And so I've chopped all of these off here on the left side. I used the widest one here in that silver and white Snowflake magic paper. Chocolate chip, my favorite. Wish I could have one. And so what I did was when I cut the banner, I lined this up in my paper trimmer to 2 inches. And then, you know, so the point was lined up at 2 inches and I chopped it off. So that banner is going to go right about there. And then the smallest banner die, I lined up at 1 3/8 inches. So the point was lined up at 1 3/8 and I chopped it off there. And that is going to go right there. And then our sentiment label, that was an extra sentiment label. I lined up at 2.5 inches just because I wanted, for the sketch challenge, I wanted, you know, to vary the heights, or the lengths rather, of my banners. So I can go ahead and get this glued down. And I want to just eyeball here. I want to come up about 1 inch. So that is about right. Okay. Let me get my glue back out here. And I will need to, since I goofed and didn't put my banners on first, I will need to slip these under the ribbon. But that should not be a problem. And I'm lining up the edge of the banner with the edge of the DSP on the card front. So that's pretty easy to do. Yes, we should show up at Karen's to be official taste testers. I'd forgotten about that, Rosie. Karen, you make all of those delicious cookies around the holidays. My mom and I actually, we have a bake-off every year for the holidays, and it's a lot of fun. It's become tradition. So this smallest banner, I am going to butt up right against that thicker banner. And again, I'm going to line the edge up with the edge of the DSP that I previously put down. And then I can go ahead and pop up the sentiment label with a few Stampin' dimensionals. And we kind of have recipes that we you know, that we make each year. You know, we have our favorites, so it's just a lot of fun. When my sons were younger, they'd always want to know when baking day was. Actually, it used to be baking weekend. We've managed to get it down to one day because nobody needs all that sugar, but they would always want to know when is baking day. And then by magic, all of their friends would appear on that day in the kitchen to help us taste test. It was really cute. I miss those days. All right, so I am going to slip this banner up underneath my ribbon here. And the good thing about this ribbon is it's nice and stretchy. And I'm going to just center that over the other two banners and try to get that placed straight. Let me pick that up here, and that looks pretty good. And I'm going to need to get some more Stampin' dimensionals under here. Oh, and then we're going to go to Amy's to check out her chocolate collection. That sounds good to me. I'm all about chocolate too. Cookies and chocolate. That's definitely my downfall. All right. What I did was I went ahead and pre-cut 2 holly leaves from the Christmas Classics dies. These holly leaves are gorgeous, but see what a pretty green that is for Christmas. That pretty peacock. I'll hold it against the light. I mean, it's just beautiful. And so what I'm going to do is I want to tuck these holly leaves kind of under. Now you can see on my original card, and I'm not sure, I kind of do like them here at the bottom where I put them before, but it covers up my banner. I'm not sure if that's super important or not, but I think I'm headed in the same direction, put it that way. But I just want to slide them up here, and that one I kind of had sitting over top. So I think I want to do that the same way. Let me get a little bit of glue on the back here of this holly leaf. And when you're putting on, you know, die cuts like this, you know, for flowers or leaves, whatever, you don't need to apply glue to the whole back of the flower or whatever it is that you're adhering. A little goes a long way. And I like, you know, that my leaves or my flowers, I can give them just a little bit of a curl up. It gives the card a little bit more dimension. Before I put that next holly leaf down, because this is a holiday Christmas card, right? And it's very hard to see on the, oh, maybe you can see it. But I dusted these holly leaves with Wink of Stella because in my opinion, you can't have too much sparkle on a Christmas card. So that is what I'm going to do here. I am going to just brush Wink of Stella over this holly leaf, the portions that are showing. But I just love the sparkle, the extra sparkle that it gives. And then we're going to put some more sparkle on the card here in just a minute. But and I actually think I'm going to need to order some more Wink of Stella. Seems like it's kind of getting dry. Now the Wink of Stella will darken this cardstock a little bit, but I don't think it matters. It's equally as beautiful if it's a darker shade. Alrighty, there we go. That's one down. And then we're going to go ahead and add our second holly leaf. And because I dropped my glue cap, my glue's starting to dry out here a little bit, but I'm almost done. And then this one, I want this one, you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of glue here on the side because I want to kind of be able to roll this holly leaf up a bit. So I want it to kind of sit up. So I want it to hold there on the side. And I'm just taking my finger and just gently pulling that out. Alrighty. And I'll go ahead and get this holly leaf dusted up with some Winco Stella. So nothing complicated about this card. Again, this card is all about the beautiful paper and just letting it, you know, just letting it shine because it is just so beautiful. I was mentioning, Amy, that this paper came back in stock, and I forgot to check before I came online, but I think it's still in stock. I know the autumn paper, the All About Autumn paper sold out again. I saw your note, it sold out in 5 hours. That's crazy. Good, but crazy. People really are wanting that paper. Okay. So now our holly leaves have some beautiful shine on them. Let me get my embellishments. Yeah, good. They're still in stock. So the Snowflake Magic paper is still in stock. Thanks for confirming, Amy. And then I had mentioned, yeah, I need to go ahead and get a couple more dimensionals up underneath that sentiment label, and I'm just taking the back off of the half dimensional here, and I'm going to go ahead and just gently lift that up and go ahead and get that tucked under. And I think one more.
When do you work tomorrow?
Sorry, my husband is home, and he obviously forgot that I was on live. And I'm going to tuck one more right under there, and that looks like it's well supported. Okay. So I'm going to put on some of the adhesive back snowflake assortment. These are beautiful. They come in 3 different sizes, and I'm going to go ahead and just pick off a few of these and just kind of place them around my card front. Get a couple of the medium ones. Let's put one up there, and let me get a large one. And we'll put it down there. And I went crazy with these, I really did. Just because I think they are so pretty. Well, let's put this one out here. And then I'm going to grab one more medium size. I'm almost out of the white ones. And on my original card, I'd put one right on the kind of the tip of the holly leaf. I thought it looked pretty against that darker color of the pretty peacock. So we will do that again. And I told you I was going to add extra sparkle. I decided to pull out the iridescent rhinestones and just grab these small rhinestones here and put an iridescent rhinestone in the center of each of those snowflakes. And some people might say that is overkill, but again, it's a holiday card. I think it looks really pretty. I love all of the sparkle. Anyway, so all right, and the only thing left here is the envelope. And I'm going to go ahead and put on some coordinating designer series paper. And I just saw that the panel shifted on my card front. I just can't win here. I don't know if it's fixable or not at this point. Okay. And I'll take my paper snips and give this a quick trim. Oh, I forgot one other thing. I need to put a, I need to tie a bow around my wrapped ribbon there. So you guys got me all distracted talking about cookies and baking bread and reading. All right. Okay. That is our envelope, and I want to get a smalling of the Lost Lagoon ribbon, and I am just going to, yeah, my panel totally shifted. No. There we go. Trim these ends up. Okay, that is our card for today. I want to thank you so much for joining me. All the details will be on my blog tomorrow if you'd like to recreate this card. And just a couple of quick announcements. Today is the last day for free shipping on orders $75 or greater. And right now, during the month of October through October 31st, Stampin' Up! Is running a fantastic joining promotion. You can get 35% off or 35% more. So what that means is that if you took the 35% off option, normally the starter kits are $99. You would pay only $64.35 for your starter kit, and you would still receive $125 worth of products. And you get to pick anything you want. The kit ships for free. Or you can choose 35% more. So you would pay the $99 price for the starter kit. However, instead of receiving $125 in products, you would receive $168.75 in products. That is an excellent joining promotion. I can tell you that there is no pressure to maintain your demonstratorship. You know, if you decide it's not for you, but we would love to have you join the team. I'd love to have you on my team, and you know, check it out. All of the details are on my blog, so you'll be able to read more about this. But it is definitely a fantastic joining promotion, and a great deal. $168 goes a long way, you know, and in buying paper and all the pretty paper, right, and the ink. So check it out. Listen, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Thanks again so much for joining me. I will see you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.